Man, talking about saving it late. Like this club, this first half, this entire game to me was not the best. It was kind of a joke. When I look at this club, when I look at this game, Chelsea came out very flat. They came out very lethargic. They lacked energy. They lacked discipline. They looked like they were misplaced. Didn't understand what they needed to be as a team. They didn't understand their tactics. They just did not look effective. They didn't look This did not look good in the first half. I give the first half play an F. I would say the only person in the first half who played well was Sanchez because of how many shots he saved. The idea that our back line and our defense is still that bad does not make sense to me, and something needs to give. Something's got to give, and now because if we're trying to play against Liverpool, play against Arsenal, play against whatever and play like that, we're going to lose a lot of games. And so, I would also say, Chelsea got Anthony Taylor again. The amount of yellow cards he gave out in the first half was a joke. I think he gave out six or five or six or seven in the first half. And it's like every single time he's refereeing our games, there's a problem. Every single time he's refereeing our games, we just come out flat, stale. He controls the narrative every single time. And I'm over it. Like, I don't understand how we keep getting this guy as our referee. He's such a clown. But going to back to our own problems, Enzo Maresca made a very, very big mistake this offseason in allowing Trevor Chalobah to walk to Palace while keeping Desai. If Trevor Chalobah was on the field today, we would have been more controlled in the back line and that right back position. We would have been better from top to bottom. I think him allowing Desai to play today, the first 30, 45 minutes, Desai looked awful, played awful, was not good on the field. Honestly, I'm so surprised he didn't get subbed at halftime. But, just no. We have to get him gone. He just isn't good enough. He's very flat-footed, and in the system that Enzo wants to play, relies on our outside backs and our entire team to be very mobile, very, very lateral, left to right, up and down type players. And he's just not one at all. And so just did not make sense for me why we sent Chalobah on loan to Palace and not just got rid of Desai. And honestly, if it's gonna be that bad, play Caicedo at right back and then put Desai on the bench for Tolson. Simple as that. We have enough midfielders where we don't need to play Desai at right back. Whenever Caicedo has played it well before. So, just frustrating in the first half watching that. You got to give credit to Bournemouth. They came out. They did a great job. They did fantastic by cutting the passing lanes. They had energy. They had a will to want to win that game. They had everything. And you got to think about it. This isn't the Bournemouth team from 15 years ago where they were kind of questionable and were barely staying up in the Premier League. They are a they're a mid-level team who are every season handily they're going to stay up. And I think, when we're struggling against this team and we're saving it late to the 85th minute to score, just isn't good enough for our club. Another big issue I have is that our play from back to front looks weird. It looks confusing. It looks like we don't know what we're doing. Distribution today was one of the worst I've seen in a while. I coach high school soccer, and they can't even distribute the ball out of the back better than Chelsea can. Just watching it, every single move, every single play, every single drive was just not good enough. Trying to play out of the back today was or watching them just punt the ball away every single time to the other team was just what's the plan? I know we're gonna try to play out of the back, but when you have everyone so out of position, it just gets confusing. And I think that's just what you get with Enzo Maresca's tactics. The very inverted 5 up front, very high press in their side of the half, and keep 3 at the back with 2 central midfielders. It's that's just not going to work. It's not going to work, and I don't think it is working. So that's a big problem I have right now. I would say, though, great penalty save from Sanchez. He played really well today. Kept us into that game because if that penalty went in, I think we would have lost that game, honestly. I would like to see Chris Frank start over Nicholas Jackson. Nick Jack wasn't awful today. He wasn't awful. But he definitely was not clinical with his chances, and he definitely was not good enough to stay as long as I think if he would have came off at the 70th minute, 75th minute, I would have been more than happy. I think he didn't come off till the 83rd minute. But we just looked like we just didn't have a spark. We looked like we just were longing for a spark the entire time. And thankfully, Christopher Nkunku, Jaden Sancho as well came on. Jaden came on at halftime, and he just completely opened up the left side of the field for us. After Neto just looked like he just wasn't there the entire time. Wingers did not exist in the first half. Metawake did not look like he had the best game, more frustrated. I mean, the entire team just looked frustrated because of the tactics. We just looked frustrated because we didn't know what we were doing, and it wasn't work. Whatever we were doing was not working. And so wingers were non-existent in the first half. Backline was just drowning the entire time. Cuckoo looked like questionable again as well. I mean, we just did not look like we wanted to win until Christopher Nkunku came on. He came on, scored the goal in the 85th minute. Pretty incredible goal from him. It was that chance happened so many times for Nicholas Jackson, but he could not put it away. So it's funny enough to see a clinical scorer and Christopher Nkunku come on and have Nicholas Jackson there as well. But regardless, Sanchez saved us today. Terrible at distributing the ball, like I said, but for the most part, I'll give this grade like a C minus for Chelsea today. They have to be better. They will be better. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know how y'all think today's match went. Being your host, Dave, it's been the post game. Peace.